Hello everybody and welcome to the channel. Today I'm going to do yet another box opening, and this one is Ardennes 44, The Battle of the Bulge, from GMT Games, and it's a Mark Simonitch game. I'm kind of happy to get this one. I've been trying to collect all of them in the series, and I have everything except Ukraine 43, I believe it is. So I'm okay with that. These are great games. I've played a couple of them, and the nice thing about it is once you learn one set of rules in the series, the other rules in each series have specific things to that game, but they follow the basic guideline of the rules there. So it's cuts down the learning time on games. So this is standard GMT inch and a 3/4, 2-inch box. 2-inch box, I would say. And on the back here, it gives a little bit of history about the Ardennes, which is after a period of fog, rain, and snow blanketed the area. 3 German armies unleashed 26 divisions against a thinly held American line in the Ardennes forest of Belgium and Luxembourg. So the Americans were greatly outnumbered. They pretty much got whooped quite a bit, but they put up a tremendous fight and really did well. So on the back, oh look, see, on the back here it even says Ukraine 43. So I believe this one was the second one after that. I don't know that they have number orders on them, but Ukraine 43 is listed on the back here as part of that group here. This was on the 16th of December, 1944, which is really a tough time of year to be fighting, but I guess when there's war, you fight whenever. 3rd edition of Ardennes 44. I'm sure they will probably make a 4th, because these are just I think they're great games, and I'm not alone in that because they've obviously had the 3rd edition sell out on this. So inside we have 3 full color counter sheets, 2 full-size map sheets, 2 identical player aid cards, 2 order of appearance cards, 1 turn record track, 1 rule booklet, 32 pages, 1 playbook with scenarios and design notes, 24 pages, and 2 die. Down the bottom, Mark Simonitch, game designer. Time, game turn is equal to 12 hours. Each hex is 1.6 miles across. Units are regimental level, including battalions for tank units and some infantry battalions. Complexity is a 6 on the medium scale, area right here on their 1 to 9 scale. And solitaire suitability from 1 to 9 is a 7, so you can play this game solitaire. Shows us some game counters here and talks about special rules: night turn, tank destroyers, weather air supply, and a number of others here that are specific rules to this game. So I know if you're like me, you want to see what's inside, so let's look at it. And it's the nice heavy thick box, as you can tell by how hard it is for me to get it open. That fits really well together. So always liking these boxes that GMT puts out now as compared to the thinner ones, but this is a really thick, sturdy box. So here's a rule booklet, and we'll go ahead and look at that first. Set this off to the side. So introduction game pieces, the map, sequence of play, artillery supply, fuel shortage phase, building and blowing bridges, stacking, zone of control bonds, rule of movement. Zone of control bonds is really fun in all of these games. It really can lock down a player trying to break through that. Strategic movement and truck markers, so on and so forth. Down here, advance after combat, disengagement, tanks. So we get down here to option rules. So we got 26 pages of rules for this game here, which, like I said, many of them are covered in the other games. So if you've played the other games, a lot of this stuff here is just about the same. And then we have option rules: nighttime infiltration, fuel dump, roadblocks, 18 factor limits, Operation Bonaparte, Grief Commando. So let's look inside here. This is a thick paper. It's a good quality paper. A color, it's a non-glossy. Looks like it's all well printed. We'll just go through here rather quickly. Has some tables and charts, some examples. A lot of examples on showing the zone of control bonds. Rules of movement, which I would imagine pertain to this a lot, especially considering the time of year. Reinforcements, rules of combat. Combat modifiers, combat results. Retreats. Advance after combat. Distribution and rally. Tank and recon units, artillery units. Then we come over here to some nice examples here on supply sources. And night turn and replacements. And then breakdown units, special units in the game. Weather, which I would imagine that's going to make some issues here. So 26 pages of regular rules. Then we go to the option rules here. And we have a couple of them. On the back, we have the expanded sequence of play. So that's our rule book there. The playbooks, which I always enjoy, they have designer notes, player notes, bibliography, extended example of play, which is always good to play through. Although it's confusing when you try to film it while you're playing through, just learn the game, but it's always worth it to do to learn the game. German reinforcement schedule, Ally reinforcement schedule. Patton's counterattack scenario, counter scans, explanation of at-start movement restrictions. Sorry, hard to read upside down. Victory point map. So here's our designer notes here, and we got quite a few of them actually. Second edition rule change, third edition notes. So like we said, you know, it's the third edition, so there have been some changes, some refinements to the rules. Player notes, bibliography, extended example of play. And let's see, so that's one good size map right there. Look at that thing. So here's our extended example of play. Covers 4 pages, 6, 8, 9 pages. Extended example of play. Reinforcement schedule and ally reinforcement schedule and Patton's counterattack scenario. So I guess you can set that up and see what you can do there. An ally at start. And here's our counters that are in the game and the map on the back. That's our playbook. And we have our counters here. German counters. Some 2 steps here. Don't know if they have 3 steps. I don't see any remnants here, but oh, rem. So yeah, there are some 3 steps. And then here's the Allied counters. Not as many 3 steps or 2 steps it looks like. Oh, pop out very easily. So GMT is always known for good quality counters that come out easy and clean. And then the last one here is sheet number 3 of our game markers. And we have night on the back side of those. So 3 sheets of markers here for the game. 2 player cards. Front and back are exactly the same terrain effect chart. We got our combat result table, summary of combat result table column shifts. We have a firefight table here, which I don't know if that later on becomes determined defense in the other games. And let's see, on the inside, we have some defensive artillery tables. No, here's your determined defense table right there. Recovery table and fuel shortage table, summary of game markers, summary of advanced results. So you get 2 of these, 1 for each player. And if you're playing by yourself, you only use 1 of them. Next we have our order of appearance cards, and these are great. Just lay all your pieces out. Shows you what turn they come in. No special rules when they come in because they just don't have them listed here, but you know the exact order when and where they come in, so great addition. Then we have our turn record chart and Ardennes, the Battle of the Bulge here, and remnants chart here. So these are the remnants that go in on for any units that have 3 steps. And we have our nights here in between our days. So we got AM, PM, and night for each day. On the back side here, we have Patton's counter attack scenario and the extended campaign game. So this starts, let's see. This side here, we go from the December 16th to December 26th. And then here's the 22nd to December 30th. So this one starts a little bit later. And of course we have the remnants again, go down here at the bottom. So double-sided, 3 different games it looks like. 1, 2, and 3. And last but not least, two six-sided dice, 1 white, 1 black. And of course we have 2 maps here, single-sided. Open up this one first. So this is a large game. As a matter of fact, my table would not fit. I don't think this could fit the entire game. No, it could not. So we have, it looks like, where's my map direction here? North, east. So this is the east side here. And coming on in, we have German prime movers, SM markers, and then we have different little notes here, I guess, for things that are arriving. Day turn sequence of play up here at the top. And over on this side of the map, we have various little markers and insignias, bridge markers, all of that stuff there. So it looks like we have a lot of roads to travel on this particular game. A lot of forest to go through. We got supply markers here listed. The map is really beautiful. I mean, it really is a nice looking map. And once you get all the pieces on, it would be rather cool. But this is our eastern side, because north is this direction, south, and then we have east that way, west is this way. So let's look at our western side map, and you can see that these end right up here. It's cut right here, so that means that our map is going to be going across onto the west more. And here's our western section of the map. This picks up to where the eastern section leaves off, continues this way. And we have Sedan here, which the Germans are trying to get to. We have our terrain. Oops, sorry, I should show you Sedan up here. I don't think it was in the frame. And we have our terrain here. Ally West off map box here. So I guess if they get pushed off. We have our terrain guide here. Elimination Allies units and elimination German units here. Surrendered units. IP marker holding box. So yes, this is a large map. These 2 maps fit together to form a rather large play sheet. So I actually don't have enough room on this table to do that, and I was pretty happy with how large my table was, but it's just not big enough for this, so I'll have to probably bring out the ping pong table and place it on top of there to play. Again, beautiful map, great looking map. Love the way the terrain and everything looks on it. Looking forward to getting some counters on these nice looking maps. Okay, so we'll put the maps back in here. So that was my box opening of another Mark Simonitch game that I have. Ardennes 44, the Battle of the Bulge. I think it's going to be a fun game. It's probably going to be one of the last games that I will go through because of the size of the map and maybe the complexity, but maybe it's should not be the last one. I don't know. I'll read the directions on it and see which ones I want to do first. But if you look up above, you see that little mark up there. I do have a couple box openings and a couple extended plays already done. I got one for Salerno, And by the time this one comes out, you should have one for Normandy 44 extended play, and maybe I'll do the extended play on this one too, just to get a feel for the game and muddle my way through and drag you guys along with me. So I appreciate you watching this far. Please do subscribe so that you get notifications when my next video comes out. Subscription does help the channel out a lot, and I appreciate all of those of you who have subscribed already, and hopefully my content will still be interesting enough to keep you all involved and intrigued. Thanks for watching. Take care.